This is your weekly trip to Paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi. Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K. Taking it easy, Louisiana State Parks. Follow your outside voice to our parks and historic sites. Farm Bureau Insurance, Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Veterans Help Foundation, Relief Windows, Experience, Quality, Service, Catering Cajun, creative catering from casual to corporate. Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. Murphy Law Firm, don't be a victim twice. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.
Welcome to Spear Bait and Tackle here on Segan Lane, and this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. Guess who's back?
Merry
Here
Christmas.
comes Santa Claus. No, that ain't Santa Claus. That's KD.
Merry Christmas. Hey, Gary called me up and said, man, why don't you all come by and visit a little bit about the year? And I was like, wow, that would be so perfect. But he got started about duck hunting. And we figured, you know, we probably needed a pretty good source on duck hunting. Come here. Come on. Tell everybody.
What?
We got the pro on duck hunting, Hamia. So if you come by some bait and tackle, you got a lovely little playmate here.
Yeah, you got a pink collar on.
That's Mia. Mama Mia.
Mama Mia,
Huh?
Mama
You gonna kiss
Mia.
her? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you good.
Go see.
Oh, she's gone. Anyway, guys,
KD.
it's been an amazing year, Gary.
Been a-
Holiday season, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Been a tough year on some of us, but you know, you
Long
really
as,
been
long
rolling.
as you're looking at the blades of the grass instead of the roots, still got possibility of getting better.
You have all them good sayings, KD. You know, that's why I missed you so much, but you've been rolling.
Yes, sir. We've been blessed.
And myself, KD, this is our Christmas edition. And then we're going to take a break, and we're going to give you our last show of the year edition, and that is going to be fun because they're going to have a lot of bloopers.
Boy, that's one
Chris
thing you and I do well.
Well, I don't know about, we're going to do it up well. We're going to have some highlights too, some great
Perfect.
years this past year. Want you to be conscious right now to this trip. We here at Superior Bait and Tackle. There's no better place than go do your last minute shopping. All your local dealers, we talked about it. We got a lot of books.
While waiting for the camera, look at here.
Look, you got them all. But look, I wanted to tell you too, but you know, we got a lot of cooks and chefs and books right here in Louisiana. And we've got Gerald Horst and his seafood Bible.
His seafood Bible.
Got a bunch
I
of
bought
them.
from Donaldsonville now, come on.
Well, but he just got it. I just got the new Dig It book, and I was supposed to go there and get some of them signed, but I was going to try to carry the 4 main ones.
I'll give you a hernia.
No, I left it. And Chris is going to pull them up and see it. John Foss is really good at it. He's on the books to come over here and cook some vegetables with deer meat and sauce and everything else. I want him to cook kukutsa, but the kukutsa's out of season right now. So as soon as we get back in season,
I don't think them good old Italian people would want a kukutsi out of Mexico. It'd have to be a homegrown.
No, we got a kukutsa, yeah, you're right. You know, the Vietnamese community are real big on kukutsas too. They love them, and
I'm gonna tell you something. That's as good a eating as you'd ever, because
good
there's such
sport.
a sweet, mild flavor. And then those fresh shrimp when they come in the inshore season in August and September. Oh,
well, that's what I was saying to do. My mama would make it with shrimp, or ham, okay, or Italian sausage, and ground meat. There's all kind of meats. I thought we'd take deer sausage, huh?
that works for me.
Shrimp, fish. You get John Foss, tell him what you can be out.
Oh,
They'd be like you.
He make a shoe heel taste good.
You still top it off though. One day I saw you short-handed with your tomato base and everything. You made an etouffee with. He made a shrimp Creole. I'm sorry.
Creole.
Made a shrimp Creole with ketchup, and it was good. Nobody.
All
knew
I
it
did, we always add a little bit of tomato paste. I didn't have any. Well, look, all ketchup here is a little sugar and some tomatoes and some spices. I got my color.
Christmas time, pretty baby, and I finally had a good trip. I went down to the lodge. with Ricky Bailey from the St. John Sheriff's Office, and he set it up. One of my favorite captains.
Oh, I know who's coming.
Lloyd Landry. He done moved from Buras. He's over there right now. He's getting along. All them captains over there helping each other. It's almost impossible not to find fish over there right now in the lodge.
Are you right?
It's unbelievable. Deep
You know,
holes.
ever since the BP oil spill, I don't know what happened, but it used to be a smaller quality fish. Man, they got some beautiful trout in the last 5 or 6 years down there. Unreal.
Finally got fishing. Still having trouble with cameramen. But when you go with a captain, knows how to shoot shoot pictures and shoot camera, you can have it. You can have a little fun anyway. So yeah, him and Ricky, they both shot camera for me a little bit. Let me show off. We got news. We don't have a whole lot of news. They got the end of the news. We got some things coming up y'all gonna be interested in. Fishing report is outstanding.
Boy, that's an understatement.
The duck report,
I think this last cold front finally moved a quantity of ducks.
Well, my boy Bobby Black, them boys up north finally got some ducks, but Arkansas, I had buddies over there all last week, didn't do good at all. So we got a duck report, we got fishing in the lodge, and we're gonna pump your brain because you've been running. I want to know where you catching fish.
We'll tell you. Look, y'all stay tuned. Merry Christmas. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana. Voted Best of Louisiana Outdoors 3 years in a row.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. We believe you deserve a quality job.
Benny's Unlimited Wash Club memberships start at $14.99 a month. Wash, rinse, and repeat every day. Join Benny's Unlimited Wash Club at one of Benny's 7 locations.
Good morning. My name is Sergeant Rick Bailey, St. John Sheriff's Office. Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at O'Lynn's, where you always get the guaranteed low price. O'Lynn's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
Well, the reason why I would recommend him because he's trustworthy. And I mean, attention and love and respect of who you are, what you are, and the purpose why you came, he honors that. Once you're with Murphy, you got a friend.
The perfect event calls for the perfect spread of authentic Cajun cuisine. And Catering Cajun has the planners, packages, and chefs to ensure your event is long remembered. For weddings, corporate lunches, or anything in between, give us a call.
Welcome to Outcast Fishing Charters. Today we're in our new location in Dularge, Louisiana. We're gonna have a little bit of a cool boat ride this morning, but the fishing's red hot. You know, in the wintertime, we don't have to leave in the dark. We don't have to leave early. The fish are real lethargic. Yeah, you can catch them. You can catch them in the morning, but the bite is very subtle. I told them last week, it was just like this. We left about the same time. Said it's gonna be slow till about 10, 11 o'clock. Sure enough, bam, we started smashing them around then. We went from 20-something to 75 pretty quick.
We got a little contest going on. Gary Krause was here last week. Fishing with Bill Lake. And we're not fishing around Bill Lake. He had friends, but Bill told him, said, you better stick on. As soon as it gets cold, these fish are gonna move. Now, you got me all excited. You know my reputation of black cloud.
Oh, yeah.
We gonna beat that black cloud?
We're gonna beat it today. Look, there's no clouds in the sky today, Mr. Gary.
Sometimes bluebird cold.
I know. The pressure's high as
on you.
As heck. So, we're gonna be all right. We'll catch him.
Yeah, I ain't never had a bad trip with you.
Good deal. Well,
especially when we do with the kids.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was telling them about our Wish to Fish deal.
Well, look here. We got construction. Good little fisherman, good guy. For sale?
Yep, 400 grand. Get you some.
Noah Bailey.
Yes, sir.
18 years old, just left Riverside High School. Excellent baseball player, all district. What you doing now? You in community college or what you doing?
I go to RPCC out of Reserve, Louisiana. I actually work at a body shop out in Gramercy, close to where I live also.
Yeah. And what you in school for?
Instrumentation.
Well, there's a lot of work coming up, people being needed.
Yes, sir.
You know, you come up hunting, fishing. You was telling me last night you're a duck hunter. Where you duck hunting?
I duck hunt in Venice. Really about kind of staying in a local area where I live. Line River, Reserve Canal, Spillway. Just mostly where I can take my little boat out, get in the woods.
You know, I got grandkids that combine sports and outdoors. It's hard sometimes.
Right.
Baseball season, some are doing, you know, in the spring and then doing mostly fishing seasons.
Right.
You didn't have nothing during hunting season then, did you? Except for fall ball, right?
I had a little bit of fall ball, but I was able to work it around my schedule with baseball, and I got in the woods when I needed to.
How you keep up with your dad?
Just deal with him.
He rolls, don't he?
Oh, yes, sir, all the time.
I tell you what, I've been knowing him 3 or 4 years. He keeps me lit up.
You just gotta let him be right.
He's involved in everything, stuff he does with the sheriff's office, with the kids, and rodeos, and all the charity stuff. He's a tremendous person. You got to be proud of him.
Oh, yes, sir, I am. I'm thankful for a dad like that.
I'm going to tell you this right now, too. He's very proud of you, because he wanted to make sure we was on this trip.
Yes, sir.
And I hope the sheriff feels better, because we got to get him on a trip.
Oh, yes, sir, we do.
What is that, Captain?
That's called insurance.
Insurance.
That's like Farm Bureau in a bag, bro. We need insurance just in case the trout don't want to bite. We're going to bring some dead shrimp to catch some reds, but we ought to be all right.
Look at him pelican. It's cold outside.
Right now, we're coming out of Bayou Decade. We just came across Lake Decade, came out of the bayou. We're going to what they call the Rackacy, making our way over towards Lake Michon. And that's where we're gonna fish. Deep bayous feed Michon. You look right now, this water's filthy dirty. People are really freaking out because normally this time of the year, we're catching speckled trout at all these intersections. And it's not happening this year because there's so much fresh water. But one of the reasons why there's so much fresh water, because the Atchafalaya River and the Mississippi rivers are so high. You know, we're 20 miles from the Mississippi, from the Atchafalaya River. You look at all the lilies, I mean, there's a lot of fresh water, a lot of freshwater vegetation, which is great for ducks, which is something that's kind of on the downside this year also with the trout. So, you know, one good thing that we have here, we always have redfish as a backup. But we're gonna make our way over to Michon, try to go get on some trout. And the trout.
Been on the trout?
Yes, sir. We've been on them really good the last 3 weeks. Right now, it's winter, so the fish have made their way into this marsh, and we're bouncing from these deep bayous that feed back up off of Lake Michon, and all we're gonna do is fish with a 3/8 ounce jig head with this is a shrimp cocktail, matrix shad baits, and it's cold, so the fish will most likely be on the bottom. So we're gonna cast up current, tide's falling, we're gonna cast up current, let that bait sink to the bottom and just work that bait back slow. We caught them here the other day, and earlier in the morning, that's how they were. They were real slow and lethargic on the bottom, But then as that sun came up and the water warmed up a couple degrees, it was just cast and retrieve after that. Those fish moved up the water column. So, you know, once it gets later in the day, you can go with the cork, but first thing in the morning, go to a 1/4 ounce or 3/8 ounce jig head and fish that bottom.
My title, I'm the fleet manager. What I do, I'm in control. I control about 300 to 500 pieces of equipment through the department, making sure all our units stay running. Anything that needs to be done to them as far as maintenance wise, we handle. I oversee the shop. But basically that's it. Just making sure the deputies are safe, their units are safe to be out on the street.
But you know, you do a lot. Ted, you call me all the time. Y'all got kids fishing rodeos and other fundraisers. You get involved in that too. You one of the coordinators?
Yes, sir. We have.
What's your big event? You call me every year.
Our big event is the our bass tournament, and that consists of you have to fish with a sheriff department employee. Anybody can fish as long as you're fishing with a sheriff employee. We got coordinators such as Lieutenant Blaine Rome, who's actually in charge of that. I just help to try to get donations. Anything I can do to help, I do to get it going. And it's a real fun tournament. Last year we had a lot of people participate in it, and it's just something to do to get the officers out on the street and you know just to relax themselves.
But I know you got to help because the way you talk, because you've been talking for 2 weeks about Lord Landry and how good he is as a captain. So I go ahead and get a smile out of it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
smile out of it.
Captain Lord Landry is one of the best guides. We fished guides before. We fished quite a few.
You know he's a big tournament fisherman too.
Yes, sir. I know that. I do. I'm aware of that, and I got hooked up with Captain Lord probably about last year when he was in Buras, maybe the year before. We went fishes, and he put us on some fish in Buras. Then he moved his business down here. So last week the sheriff and myself came, and Captain Lord put us on some fish.
Look.
You cut.
Bam! What did you get?
I'm sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt the interview.
Woo!
I heard that the water. Hey, Captain Lord.
Hey, on the bottom. It seems like on the days when it warms up, the fish get smaller. But on the days when it's colder, we might not catch a limit. But everything we're catching is really nice.
Show me that
solid.
bait one more time. That's
well,
shrimp Creole.
I tricked them. They had the shrimp cocktail on, so I tried something. The shrimp Creole is what I had on here. On a 3/8 ounce, just a lead head, nothing fancy, and just bouncing it slow. I'm not gonna lie, my line just got tight. You know, that's they're not real aggressive when it's
I'm
chilly
deaf,
like
but
this.
I heard him break water.
So hey, we didn't zero.
It was good because I was talking about you and you wound up catching a fish.
I hear you.
That's awesome.
All right.
That's awesome.
We tangled up together.
That's some pretty trout.
All right, look, point your eyes. All right.
I got an email. The guy got something on trail camera.
Got something on the trail camera?
Yeah, he wants to know. It's 3 different views. You can add. Get the fish. Don't get me.
Put him in my lap. Hey. Ooh, he came off.
Root hog found aching. See that? Root hog found aching. It's starting to warm up just like he said. Whenever I get a bite, you know it's warming up.
Yep. On the bottom.
On the bottom. Missed him twice. Look here. When you go with a good captain, he said, you know, they get a little thawed, they're still a little cold. We waiting to warm up. He said, try this, put this on. He put a little bit, put that jig in on it. That's a little saccade bait. He said, that's a Buras trick.
Yep.
There it
yes,
is.
sir.
Start warm up. It's just getting around 11 o'clock.
Yep, 11 o'clock. The water warmed up a couple degrees. I mean, the water was 50 degrees. It was cold. It was in the 40s actually. The water was real cold. These fish are still pretty cold when you grab them, but it's warming up. You can see the tide's falling. We're getting towards the end of the falling tide, but these fish are in this canal.
Yeah.
They're on the bottom. We're just fishing them real slow. something I did do. I mean, I've been blistering them on this shrimp Creole, just smoking them. And this morning, because it was so cold, we couldn't get them to really bite good. I swapped over to some little sockeye baits I have. I get them from Kenny Waldrop at Outdoor Express, and man, it makes a big difference. I like the little
difference today.
Little curl tail.
The boats are starting to run. They're gonna knock
Yes,
us off, maybe. But you know, I want to talk to you. You know, you fish Buras all your life and a long time, and you live in Luton, and you go both ways. But comparing this fishery here in Dolores to the fishery in Buras and Venice, and how you compare them? First, let's talk about the fishing, not the difference in the fishing.
Come and catch a fish while we talk. Yeah. This fishery is what Buras was when I was a kid. You know, the estuary, basically you're the same. You're by the Mississippi River in the Buras, Venice, Port Sulphur area, and then you're by the Chaffly River here.
Oh, Ricky Bailey, Sarge, that's old Sarge. Yeah, go ahead, fish, Rick.
Fish on.
Yeah, look at that. I'm bringing him luck. Call me the black cloud. You think I'm a black cloud?
No, sir.
Every time I put the camera on, you catch a fish now.
Keep on filming. Fish on.
Double.
Fish on. Double.
Look at that. They double. They're double. Father, son.
Outcast fishing charters. Outcast fishing charters.
Let me see this son here, outcast. Y'all trying to outcast each other. You know there's 25 limit on it.
Yep.
No, we good.
I know we good.
I can't double them up. I'm going to wash my hunting jacket.
Yeah. Go straight to the box.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great auto rates from Farm Bureau Insurance. Call your agent today.
This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
The best part about being a member of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative is that it's your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Hey, welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Gary, I know this is your time of the season when they start talking hunting, because, I mean, if it's got feathers on it, you in.
You know, but all the fishing we've been doing, we ain't seeing no ducks. In the lodge, I didn't see any. And when I put out a call the other day for reports, every time I turn around, it was bad report. Delacroix, I still can't get to my lease.
And that's
the
lilies?
canals are open, right. Yeah, the water hyacinth. I keep trying to spell hyacinth. Every time I spell it different, every time. But I can't figure it out. And Mike Bench, he said they got a few areas that they are killing a few ducks, okay? The canals are open. So maybe I can get Hoover and you would go down to Delacroix, check the lease, maybe hunt out the canals or something. But the bass where he put me on last year, they got to be coming back. With all them lilies and they ain't catching any speckled trout.
To kind of put a little hunting and fishing together, Delacroix is just not the same with that busting the levee down there, pushing the fresh water. And it changes everything. It also changes the vegetation, so that's going to affect the ducks. So it is quite a bit different. But I know you had a few people had a few good hunts.
Oh, man, look, I got a call from Bobby Black up in Tensaw. He found it. The mallards moved into his potholes up in the woods, in the fields. But like I said, Ryan Lambert is a big disappointment. Ryan and them had a first weekend was tremendous. Remember?
Well, you know,
Just opened a second split. He said Friday they saw birds in the area, but everybody's checking their blinds and then they're running around. A lot of the birds left. He had 1 or 2 blinds. He sent some pictures that they killed a few ducks. But again, worst year he's seen in years.
I believe that. But you know, my buddy Terry Bergeron, his son Sam and Gene, they had a real good hunt. They got a lease somewhere down in the Chalmette area. But Stuart was hunting right next door to him. They got 2 kinds of ducks. Gene and him limited out. And I talked to Stuart, and apparently they had them bulletproof ducks down there because Stuart and them were shooting, but they wasn't killing. I'm in trouble for that, I know.
No, it's Stuart. Yeah, he's a talented fisherman, too.
Oh, yeah.
Outdoorsman.
You better know.
Look, now, I'm going to go tell you, the Arkansas trip hadn't been good at all. I know there's a few people who killed them. I heard 2 weeks ago, them young boys from Calico were over there hunting with the grandpa, and they did well. But since then, Wayne Amato went. He wasn't feeling too good. He's recovering from that triple bypass surgery. So him and Rick Capo and them, they got to getting cold, and they come back. And his son stayed, and they killed a few ducks at the end. Oak Grove, bad. Mouton and a couple of those people down there that hunting the big lodges in Oak Grove, 3 or 4 birds.
That's hard to
blind. 1 blind, limited out the whole weekend. That's coming from Oak Grove. Pecan Island mixed also. Johnson Bayou, a few people are killing. In the open marsh, they're killing a few birds down there. They didn't tell me what kind, but most of them is probably teal. The Delta, up north, and around Monterey and all those areas, Lynn and Brent Rollins, they're having pretty good hunts. They're getting out there. They might stay a little while. And Lynn is just behind himself. His new dog, they say new dog, probably it's the 2nd full year. Graton, know what that means? You know what Graton is?
I know what Graton is.
That's the bottom of a pot. That's why I used to eat from you. Well, his dog's name is Graton. And he is so proud. Brother Brent said he was just proud. He worked, he took signals, he did great. She did great. So he was real happy at that. Port Barry is still the hottest place going on. My brother Jerry got a lease. He got a little bit more open water. They killed more ringnecks, but they limited out, and their dog got to work. And then my brother Sammy and them in the field, they did very good. Brian Briggs, Teal Lake, they did good. You know what went south? It's up there in Whitefield. Now,
what do you think the reason of that is?
I don't know what it is, but they're saying that certain areas that a few blinds were good. My grandson's future father-in-law and them did great. I asked them 3 times to send me a report. I didn't get the report this week, but the other people in Whitefield didn't do nothing. One of them killed 1 duck. So it's mixed over there. Sylvester's got some land. Some of the blinds are good, and some of them are not. My buddy, I ain't seen him in a long time, is Anthony Vaccari. His grandson, Jason Vaccari. His first hunt at St. Rose, Louisiana. Another one. They did real good the opening day. The second day it slowed down, but he's looking forward. You know, he says there's another thing they got to watch. The lilies are moving in and out. He calls them water lilies, you know, but they're really
They're easy.
hot.
Lilies are a lot easier to spell than hyacinth.
That's right. That's what I tried to say. Now, I'm going to let you talk about Top Gun, but I got to get Port Barry, one thing.
Sure.
My brother brought his granddaughter's husband. He put him in the blind, him with Duke Landry. Duke's been wearing him out. By the way, Duke will give me a report. He's in Arkansas now, too. But Bruce Waggerspack, they killed their limit. He was so proud of it. My brother got a tradition. Everybody bring a lot of dignitaries and people when they go to the Port Barry Hilton, or whatever they call it, Bayou Catawba Hilton. They take that parking lot, they take the empty shelves they pick up on the blind, and they they throw them on the parking lot. So here you want to have a shell parking lot, they got a shotgun shell parking lot. It's real unique. Here's a picture of him shelling the parking lot.
That's cute.
Tell me about Top Gun.
Well, you know, we got a report from Colby Daniels that they've been a lot of different kinds of ducks, and they're doing really well. He's still got some dates in January that's going to be open. He's also got some conservation hunts in February, and he's going to have a few spec hunts still available. But you can contact Colby. But you mentioned earlier about the ducks were there one day and they were gone the next. When Robert Helm was still alive, that was his job, was kind of to assess what kind of population of ducks we had. He said it was amazing when you'd fly over and you'd see where they were, and then after the opening weekend where they were, they weren't. But we did a hunt down there at the mouth of the Chaffalaya, and we went out there, and literally 500 yards away from us was wildlife management, and there was thousands. Where we were, you're lucky to see a duck. They smart enough to, I think they learned how to read. That's all I can tell you.
And that happens a lot of time up in Arkansas. We had the same problem where they got water. More water spreads them out. Sometimes that's good because they're unconcentrated. You shoot them and then they're gone. Arkansas?
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
One friend of mine, Sam Smith with Smith Tank and Steel, sitting there talking to them. Well, they got a great lease around Marksville. They just decided they just went through some rice out there. He said, man, that rice is over there. It's just hanging over. He said, they got ducks in there by the thousands. He said, that's the first time that they've seen that many big birds. Yeah, so they've been having his daughter, look, that girl shows up for the Christmas party in camo.
Well, them people that got a lot of water right now, it's hurting them. You know, a lot of times you want water. Well, people that got about that much water, and the grass, a natural grass, no rice, no nothing, a natural grass of holding the ducks in. That's what they got at Port Barry. Now, one more thing I'm talking about hunting right now. These reservoirs up north, they're holding a lot of birds. And they're there on purpose. Everybody say, oh, they're short stopping the ducks, they're doing this. Hey, you got to protect these birds. They got to have a place for them to rest. They got to be moving around. Someday you're going to have up and down days. Yeah, but it's going to keep getting better. The more we manage these ducks, we let Ducks Unlimited and Delta Waterfowl do what they thing do, we're going to keep ducks in our future.
Well, we've got more ducks now than we had. But the flyways, it's just like Gene says, if you could ever figure out when to throw a topwater bait and when not to, you'd have fish and whip. But I'm promising you, it's not an easy thing to do.
Let me go to deer hunting. And I got a few deer pictures coming in. 9-year-old Braden Brown killed 2 deer during the Thanksgiving holidays. He's at St. John, VNA. He killed a 4-point in Natchez, Mississippi, hunting with his daddy, Neil Patan. Then a few days later, he killed a 6-point. Killed 2 deer, and then he went to Chalmette with his uncle and them, or his parent, whoever he is, and I'm gonna be in the fishing report. He caught some speckled trout and redfish. Yep. So, Braden, you had a yeoman holiday.
He's got a lot. He's got a lot to turn up. I'm telling you, but at that age, he's already busting deer like that. Man, look, he's gonna be hooked for life.
But you know, everybody's sending me reports right now. Deer tell them they're in the rut, all the way up down the river. Bobby Black and them in Tensas Parish, they're killing birds. Our good friend Captain Jody Dunwar, he ain't been in the boat, but he's hunting them deer. I think he's up in Camden, Mississippi, somewhere in that area. Richard Norris, look at this monster. It's 210 pounds. 8-point. That deer, he says, look like they're coming out of a mold. They killed 5 or 6 of them, all over 200 pounds. So, Richard, thank you for that.
Gene Hoover, the other day, we was up on that little right north of the line in Mississippi. He said, you know what, I'm gonna try something different. I'm not taking my 4-wheeler. I'm gonna park it way off and walk. And he got in there and he shot a deer. This deer, look, the neck alone on that deer was that big around.
I mean, he didn't send me a picture. Wait till I get on it.
Well, it didn't have any rack to it. It was a cold buck. He'd been fighting. He was only a 6-point, big old base to it, but he didn't broke one at a time.
Did you? I bet you didn't see them horns and that sausage and all that neck and the back.
I didn't. Well, he had it all deboned for me when he got to it, so it was good.
Good deal. That's it. We got a hunt trip. We'll come back a little bit later. We're gonna have a little news report and then a fishing report.
Watch your fishing report. We'll see you right back.
There's no better way to cool down this summer than with a delicious thirst-quenching Polar Pop Cup from Circle K. The Polar Pop Cup is the coolest way to beat the heat. Fill your Polar Pop Cup up with the flavors you crave and crushed or cubed ice. Nothing stays cold longer, so you can stay refreshed all day long. Stop in Circle K today for an ice-cold Polar Pop Cup. Polar Pop Cup, only at Circle K. Take it easy.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. We're going to show up on time, we're going to do the job right. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. We believe you deserve a quality job.
So what are you going to do with the speckled trout?
That's right.
There's just no doubt about it that this is a place where food is created differently from anywhere else in the world because it just couldn't happen anywhere else. We're a culture made up of so many different people, love of ingredients, love of cooking styles, and they all right here. At the end of the day, that's all Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to Christmas time news report.
Yes, sir.
Over here. It's Christmas time, pretty baby. What's your favorite Christmas song?
I guess White Christmas.
White Christmas?
Yeah. I just always had that touch to
Silent
it.
Night.
Yes, all of the traditions.
I like Rudolph.
Oh,
See,
me too. In a soft speed coat.
No, I like Rudolph because I like the Dean Martin version.
Oh gosh, yes.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer
Here we
had
go.
a very shiny nose. See?
Oh wait,
Sound
wait,
like Dean Martin?
wait. You got to need a drink and a cigarette to do Dean.
No.
Can you imagine? Now look at today, and what we used to see. You know, everybody would live with a cigarette in their hand and do all this. Finally, they realized they were advertising everybody killing themselves. So you don't see it anymore. But culture changes.
You used to smoke?
Huh? Oh yeah, I had my days.
I did smoke a cigar when I could steal one. Somebody give me one. But look, we only got 2 news reports right now. I got the Southwest. Had the awards banquet the other day. Congratulations to them, to your friend Hoover, to the bros. What a great thing. The first one I missed. I was out of town. I had to miss them, but God bless them. 15, 18-year-old king fisherman, Connor Russian from Pride, Louisiana. Second, Trace Day, young man I helped raise almost. I've been watching him winning boats at Grand Isle. He come in second. I think he's tired of that, though. He's about ready to take over one of them. He's from Denham Springs, Wyatt Ensminger from Pride. And then 11-14 king fisherman, Caleb Roblin from Denham Springs, Devin Perkins from Denham Springs. Third was Jackson Landry from Baton Rouge. 7 to 10-year-olds, a king fisherman, Noah Roblin from Denham Springs. Second was Hunter Robertson from Denham Springs. Third was Blake LeRae from Bruley. Big Bass of the year, Caleb Roblin from Denham Springs, 5.40. The elder captain of the year, Larry Russian from Pride. Can't think of nothing else more important than them young people coming up fishing. They got their big tournaments are coming up. We're going to be involved. Pelican Sports is going to be involved again.
Well, you know that big one in March is going to be with the big family festival we have for our church at Lamar Dixon. So we're going to throw that just like a BASS full spring tournament, and they'll have all kinds of stuff and a fair for the kids.
If the good Lord's willing, I'm going to be there.
We won't. I'm
going to sponsor that. I got a few more sponsors coming up. We got to give them a little time.
Look, Gary,
I don't want you to brag on me.
I got to brag on because people don't know sometimes how tough it is. You're the only person that's ever achieved 15 plus years with a show and continued it going and stayed on top of it the whole time. No one's ever done that, period. No one's even done half of that.
Yeah, well,
so,
I'll tell you what.
Now, you got the Louisiana Conservation Awards,
tell me
right?
about that. Yeah, you going to nominate me for that?
You should be.
No, I don't. I ain't no bad. That's some top awards. They do it every year. You know, I remember.
Let me read the press release because I want to make sure I don't mess it up. They just opened it up. It goes through March. But this is just something that recognizes people and groups that make outstanding contributions to the natural resource welfare and the environmental quality of the economy. So this is their state, their parish, anything. All the way through March 4th, they'll be doing a nomination. So you can go online, check it out. You know somebody that works tirelessly? How about Wish to
groups,
Fish?
professional groups, newspaper.
How about that little gal with Wish to Fish?
Oh, yeah, she did it. She was nominated for 3 of them, and she took the big one 2 years ago. But there's a lot of, we got a lot of people in the business. I remember when Joe won the top award every year, and Governor's Award. We're going to see, a lot of times the governor don't show up. Maybe we get the governor's election this year. We might get Governor Edwards over there, huh?
That's it? That's it?
That's it.
It's election year?
That's the news. Let's come back with a fishing report and let's get out of here.
Hey, y'all hang on there. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm John Jackson, and you know we always say we gather our groceries out the bayou. Whether it's freshwater, saltwater, catfish, redfish, you have tons of choices when it comes to fish in Louisiana. But when I fry fish, there's only one choice, and that's Louisiana fish fry. My new favorite, the Cajun fish fry, has the perfect amount of cornmeal, corn flour, and the perfect mix of spices that really bring the heat. Hey, if you're craving Cajun, go look for the bright red bag at your local grocers. Bring home the taste of Louisiana with Louisiana Fish Fry.
The perfect event calls for the perfect spread of authentic Cajun cuisine. And Catering Cajun has the planners, packages, and chefs to ensure your event is long remembered. For weddings, corporate lunches, or anything in between, give us a call.
In Louisiana, our state parks are the perfect family destination. With nearly 180 miles of trails through park grounds and historic sites, you can endlessly explore nature, try some kayaking or world-class fishing, then find the perfect campsite or settle into a cozy cabin. Louisiana is calling, and she's using her outside voice. Plan your escape today at www.lastateparks.com.
Well, the reason why I would recommend him because he's trustworthy. I mean, attention and love and respect of who you are, what you are, and the purpose why you came, he honors that. Once you're with Murphy, you got a friend.
Hey, welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. Time for the Berkeley Alvo Garcia Fishing Report. And Gary, after these last couple of cold fronts, this thing started lighting up, can I tell you? We went down off the MRGO. I'm going to kind of give you my version first. They had over 200 boats in the MRGO by the wall. I mean, this is within a few miles. You get down around Hopedale and Shell Beach, same thing again. They go around and come back in the MRGO on the other side of the dam. I mean, it's been unbelievable, the fish and quality of fish. I'll give you one little secret. Buy you some shrimp and put a little bitty piece of shrimp on your jig head. But one of the baits they're really doing well on is our boy Chaz's lemon slice, a limbo slice. The lemon head was the hottest thing for a while. I think they train them fish.
Where they get a name like lemon?
They train
like
fish
a slice
to
of
change
lemon
colors.
on something, on a Christmas drink?
Look, I can barely do limbo under a 6-foot limbo stick,
But
so I can tell you.
But this was a good bait at night too. You know, our boy Perry Bass has been fishing at night.
On the trestles, right?
Yeah, on the trestles, but and catching trout. Now my friends, the Lamberts, they've been running up and down there. They pass one time, they see them 30 boats. They don't see very few fish catching. They move off another spot. They in about 14 foot of water.
Yep.
Fishing live shrimp. And, coming from Lake Catherine, almost the same thing. They fish in the deep drop-offs in Lake Catherine, live shrimp, or they're using a gulp, New Penny.
Boy, that New Penny gulp, look, if you don't have live shrimp, just get a New Penny gulp because you got game on.
Yeah, you're the same one. I was just telling that. We used to do that a lot when we're catching flounder and them, and that New Penny gulp, same thing in the Lake Charles area. Get no more reports from the Lake Charles area. I don't know if you got anything, but.
Well, I got some reports from our area where we have the lodge in Leeville. I'm gonna throw that plug in. We got it all set up, almost finished the banquet room. We'll be able to do 50 people, and I'm talking about 4 and 5 stars. So chefkd.com, hit me up. We'll send you some pictures and info. We're building a website. Chad Biot, little marshal rat. I'm gonna tell you, not little, he's cut like a rock, but he's ain't tall. Call him a spider monkey in the boat. He can run around a boat so fast. They have been wearing out a lot of quality fish. I mean, Your boy Tommy Verdreen's been doing the same thing in Grand Isle. A lot of guys, and I'm talking about good 14 to 18-inch trout. I mean, that's just the kind of thing you get excited
Tommy
about.
just called us this morning. He been calling me all weekend. He's catching fish behind the island, in front of the island. Right now, these winds, these next 3 or 4 days, y'all won't be seeing this till Wednesday. But this low winds are supposed to go all the way into the weekend. So if you want to go to Grand Isle, you go there. They still got a lot of bait fish, bait shrimp.
Can
and
I tell them a
everything else.
secret? When you get a calm day like this, you get out there on Timberleer and around those little barge rocks on Grand Isle, you start throwing that topwater bait. Now, you're not going to catch 25. You might catch 5 or 10, but I guarantee you, if they bite, you're going to have one of them fish go over 5 pounds.
But right now, let me give you my good friend Andrew Stewart and David. They over there at Lake Catherine. They're mixed boxes. Live bait, drop shotting, and a Carolina rig or anything live bait. Captain Drake Morvine and Captain Clint DeArmas, they playing, they scouting for the guys.
Yeah, when they got a day off, what they go do?
They scout. That's
No,
right.
they
and
just
they catch
they
fish and
going
have fun.
fishing.
Oh,
they call it scouting, but they just get a chance
But
to go fish.
you know, sheephead's been saving the day, or it adds to the day. They're catching sheephead everywhere, especially down in Hopedale.
Yep.
But they're catching fish in Hopedale, too. That's another one of your spots you know more about.
I just got to where, since they dammed off the MRGO, they created a whole different concept because the fish migrate, and then they come up to where they would normally go back in the industrial canal. They can't swim upstream. They stay there, and that's what those boats, I was telling you, there's a couple hundred boats, that's what they're there for. And they just, when they bite on the falling tide.
I'm going to tell you what, if you don't know where to go and you can't afford a captain, I don't think that should be that much, especially nowadays they take you out for a day fishing for $600. You get 3 people, $200 a piece. You don't have to clean your boat. You don't have to do nothing. You go on the boat. But let me tell you this.
Okay, go ahead.
She's got so many captains over there right now that are catching fish. And a lot of them are booked. But if you want to know, if you don't have a captain, you ask Angie, and she's going to put you. Her and David are going to put you and tell you where they caught fish.
That's the neatest thing about everybody, you know, like Miss Angie and all most of the people, Jack,
Same with
Sweetwater,
Bush,
you know,
Butch and all
same
of
thing.
them down the ground.
Buggy, everywhere you go, they want you to catch fish. But I did some math. It costs between $6,000 and $10,000 a year to keep a pretty good-sized 24-foot boat up where you need it and all of that. Well, you can make 3 trips. I mean, 4 people, everything for a couple $1,000, and you're probably gonna catch way more fish. So a lot of times they say, man, guides are expensive. Let me tell you something, the time it takes to spend on the water, get it done, and you show up and crank the switch and it starts, no blowouts, no problems. How many people spend more time working on a boat or on a tire than they do fishing?
Yeah, I got some of the place I was telling you about Brandon Brown and his uncle Griff Whitehead. And saw him at the redfish and the speck.
Braden Brown.
Braden, what I said.
You said Brandon.
Braden, I spelled it wrong. I can't read my own writing. No wonder you don't let me write anymore. Lake Catherine, I'm going to tell you, they fish in the shoreline in Lake Catherine. They're fishing out, you get the low winds is the best time. They fish in lagoons and canals. Now off the ICW, and 18 inches under a cork with live shrimp, or again, the Berkeley Gulp. Now, best trip anywhere has been to Lloyd's. All the captains, you've seen what I was telling you. In fact, while we was fishing, I watched Lloyd get some people come by and throw them some matrix shad, okay, shrimp Creole, and to make these people, he didn't even know him. He was telling me, he said, hey, they're coming out late. We're getting ready. He said, stay here. They're not going anywhere. It was slow this morning, but we've been moving up and down these canals in that deep water, 7, 8, 9, 10 foot, fishing on the bottom with a little small jig head, and this is what you do. I'll take it back, a 3/8 jig head. They wanted down on the bottom. When I got home, I had an email. Look at this right here. Roseanne and Freddie Martin said, thanks to Captain Lloyd Landry. What a nice guy y'all are. Appreciate you. Watch your show. Thank you for taking the time to send in Captain Lloyd that comment and that compliment, and thanks for watching Paradise, Louisiana.
We talked a lot about the Four Horsemen Cork and how amazing it's been, Aaron Pierce and Roger and them put together. But now they're going to pre-rig it with the fluorocarbon and one of their light jig heads. So a lot of people have trouble tying up all these rigs together. So for another couple bucks, it'll be rigged out with fluorocarbon. You're ready to go. My tip of the week, you go fishing. You know there's fish wherever, MRGO, Lena Lagoon, Delacroix, wherever you're at, but the area you go, they're not biting. Well, so you're 2 foot under the pop, the cork, it's not working, and you try maybe going to fishing on the bottom, but you got to base the weight of your jig head by the current, but that's not working. If you're in 5 foot of water, put your plastic or whatever you fish with about 6 or 8 inches off the bottom under a cork, and you cast it out there and you don't do a lot with it. You kind of work it real slow and continually to reel it, because all these short strikes you're missing, if you're reeling real slow, the fish hook themselves. So that's my tip of the week, but you will catch fish on a day when you normally don't catch fish doing that.
I got a little fresh water. We talking about bass fishing. Everywhere we went the other day where we had that mixed bag, we were catching bass. I was taking that thing, I was throwing it in the canes like you do downriver in the lodge, and we were catching good bass. Just flipping it over there and let it go off the bottom. And I caught one. One of them, I was just sitting out there watching them fishing, and he come from the other side of the boat, one of the better bass, caught right there by the boat. We were up against the bank throwing out in the middle. So I started throwing in the canes, and I still miss my bass fishing, KD. You promised me a long time ago we was gonna do more, and you got busy. And
I got busy.
Now you're going on with more business. But you're going to keep in touch. I'll come back and fish. I'll video you.
Hey, well, let's do one where we both video. Nobody fishes.
Look, no, we got to fish.
Hey, if you get out this weekend, remember one thing. You start getting out in that colder water, make sure you wear your life jackets, because you hit the water with a jacket on. I didn't care to just call a gone pecan. Hey, don't ruin everybody else's future Christmases by not wearing a life jacket.
That's it.
And you fussed at me before for it, and I've started paying attention.
Sacalay.
Lake Crackerhead.
And Caldwell Parish. You got one. I got one from Lake Lorette, but I ain't been catching many, but they had them nice ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby Black and his friends at Limit. Chartreuse and red hair jig with a beetle spin spinner on it, a little silver spinner. They're taking that jig head, a hair jig, they're putting the spinner, they're throwing and reeling in. That's it, all around the landings, treetops, whatever. Had 75 beautiful sacalay. So I'm gonna go make a blast and cast over there.
Hey, we ready to.
You've seen all the ducks they killed too. Woo, woo. Look,
he knows how to bait you.
No reports, but in the marsh and the lodge, Pontchartrain Basin, Hopedale, Delacroix.
Yep.
Delacroix, a few trout come back. If you want to know where to go, if you got any questions, you go see Jack at Sweetwater.
There's been quite a few good reports coming into Catawatchee area and all, but it just depends on the wind and the type of weather. Remember duck season, guys. Respect the duck ponds, don't go in them. And everything behind the pilings are idle zones in Catawatchee. So, hey, we'll be right back to close out our Feliz Navidad system.
We're going to sing Merry Christmas. I think I'm gonna get my buddy to sing Rudolph with me. You ready to come sing Rudolph?
All right, let's go grab him. We're gonna close out with a little Rudolph.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. We're gonna show up on time, we're gonna do the job right. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. We believe you deserve a quality job.
Berkley Power Bait Max Set. Outfishes original power bait by 45%, disperses a supercharged scent field that attracts more fish and triggers more strikes. Power Bait Max Set. Fish bite and won't let go.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great auto rates from Farm Bureau Insurance. Call your agent today.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed
like a light bulb.
All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names.
Like Pinocchio.
They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
ho, ho, ho.
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
All right, you heard
Yeah,
it.
they did.
Dean Martin.
Dean.
Superior
Then
Bait
all
and
the
Tackle.
other reindeer-
All right, Dean. We have another Dean here.
This is the Dean.
This is the Dean.
Dean the Dream.
Our producer's son, Chris Lecoq. This is Dean. And
Let him talk. What
you
you
ready?
want-
What you want to tell everybody?
Merry Christmas.
That's right. And what do you like to do? You like to hang out with who?
Daddy.
Daddy. And what's your favorite thing to do with Daddy?
Take pictures.
Take pictures. You gonna be a great cameraman too, huh?
Yeah, but I seen him this year. I seen him catch frogs. I seen him catch crawfish, alligator. You did it all this year.
No.
Not yet.
And I was.
How many fish you caught this year? What's the biggest fish you caught this year?
Ooh, big ones.
What's the biggest?
Show him how
fish?
big it was. It was big. Put your hands way out there. There you go. There you go. Hey, he's gonna make a good fisherman now.
You the proud star. Paradise, Louisiana, and Bayou Wild.
Hey guys, we love y'all. Gary, thanks for bringing me back to do a little reminiscing. We're gonna do a little reminiscing in a few minutes about your next week's show for the New Year's. But Dean, give me 5. All right. And who else was the star of the show today, remember? Mia. Mia the dog, huh? Yep, Mia was cool.
Okay.
All right, guys, we love you. Gary, thank you.
And I saw that.
Goodbye.
On
See y'all next week.
computer.
You did? That's the coolest thing.
Paradise, Louisiana is brought to you by Circle K. Taking it easy, Louisiana State Parks. Follow your outside voice to our parks and historic sites. Farm Bureau Insurance. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Veterans Help Foundation. Relief Windows. Experience. Quality. Service. Catering Cajun. Creative catering from casual to corporate. Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. Murphy Law Firm. Don't be a victim twice. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.